at your leisure. I like eating. I don't have particular preferences. As long as the food is good. Maybe it's because of my Navy background. I like traveling a lot. I wasn't born with any golden spoon. My father was a civil servant, so it's not a golden spoon. I was born on the 21st of July, 1965. Thank you very much for having me. My name, as you initially said, is MacDonald Ubah. I am from Ubakala. My community in Ubakala is Umogo. Like you rightly said, I was born on the 21st of July, 1965. I attended Nakasero Primary School in Kampala, Uganda, where my father at the time was the Nigerian High Commissioner in the Nigerian Embassy in Uganda. I did my secondary school at Crusaders, Easing, and then I went on to University of Calabar to do sociology, and then I joined the Nigerian Navy as a member of the 7th regular course Honora on air. Thereafter, I was promoted midshipman in 1989 and then sub-lieutenant in 1990. On the day we were promoted sub-lieutenants, we were made to embark on the first cruise to liberate Nigerian citizens in Liberia. And so, wearing our new ranks, we went to Liberia. That was the time Charles Taylor they had the Civil War at the time. And then we did the peacekeeping operations for that period. And then came back. I served in the Navy for 27 years and then retired to my private business. And then I ventured into politics, and here I am. So I give God the glory for good health, life, and I cannot thank God enough for my life. So that's
okay.
A little of myself and the anticipation of climbing to the 6th floor. I feel God has been merciful, most especially if you've served in the military and you come out with the 2 legs. I participated in various peacekeeping operations. I was in Liberia, 2 tours of duty in Liberia. I was in Sierra Leone or have been in Congo. So you cannot look back at all that, and when you see the casualties in those various theaters of war, you cannot but thank God for the life you are living. So I really thank God. You know, it's not that one hasn't had a close shave with death, but in all, God has been kind and merciful. So I am very appreciative of God's mercy. So that's my feeling.
Okay.
There are quite a number of them, but one that is very unique is we finished an operation in one of the creeks, and we had leftovers of hand grenades in crates. So we are detonating the grenades and throwing it into water, and seeing fishes, you know, fly some into the ship and all that. And one of my classmates, who is a southpaw, picked one of the grenades and pulled the pin. Instead of throwing the grenade, he threw the pin and was holding the grenade in his right hand. And immediately I saw it, I rushed him and grabbed the grenade, and as I wanted to fling the grenade, I slipped. And I landed on the deck with the grenade in my hands, and it rolled to the edge of the ship, and it must be the hand of God that picked the grenade and threw it in water, and the explosion was horrendous. You know, the timing, each grenade is armed in such a way that once you pull the pin, from the time you pull the pin to the time of detonation is 7 seconds. But all that rigmarole that happened within that period, I believe was more than 7 seconds. And until it got into water, that was when it detonated. And everybody on the ship, we are just poised to jump into water at the blast of the grenade. But God saved the situation. So that's one of the close shaves with death.
Wow.
Another one was in Liberia. We had changed our berthing position to take in fuel because we were supposed to be sailing to Ghana. So the ship had moved from the jetty to the fueling jetty. And the fueling jetty is partly concrete, then the walkway, we call it gangway, from shore is made of plank. So they dropped me to get the delivery notes for the quantity of diesel that they'll be giving my ship. So after collecting a delivery note. I was going back to the ship. This was around 5 a.m. and the lighting was very poor, so I had a dynamo torch. If you squeeze the torch, it gives you light. So as I was working on the gangplank and pressing the dynamo torch, it illuminated the place, and just as I wanted to take a step, I noticed that 3 of the gangplanks had fallen into water because it had gotten rotten. So mid-air, I triple jumped and landed on the other gangplank, and now pressed my torch down and saw H-beams that had been corroded by seawater. And if I had landed there, I just grew goose pimples all over my body. I couldn't talk till I got on board my ship. So if one just, thinks back and you cannot but thank God. Times have changed. The constant thing in life is change. I actually graduated at 19, joined the Navy as a regular officer, so it was like starting afresh. So I was commissioned. I was already commissioned at the age of 22, and then I was given a 3-bedroom flat. I bought my first car at 24. You can hardly find our youth nowadays who at 24 will go to the car shop and pay for a car from honest means. So my advice is that despite what the society has turned out to be, one could still, if you have focus, you could still make it in life. Like I said, the world is dynamic. There are some of our youth who are doing 3 or 4 remote jobs. We are in an era of the internet. So if you are in touch with the changes, it means you're on top of your game and you will be able to fulfill your dreams in whatever profession you've chosen for yourself. But there's reward in hard work. And with a little luck on your side, the sky is the limit. So that's my advice to the youth. Maybe it's because of my Navy background. I like traveling a lot. As at the last count, I've been in 52 countries. Most times I'll just wake up and I'll say, this year, this is where I'm going to. And, it's interesting to know the cultures of people and all that. So, that's basically one of my hobbies, traveling. I like traveling and meeting people. There are Igbo proverbs that say, Onije, Konyoke Ihama. That is, if you're a traveler, you have more wisdom than an old man. And it's true. If you are well traveled, it exposes you to different cultures, different backgrounds, and you are streetwise. So that's it.
At your leisure.
I like eating. I don't have particular preferences. As long as the food is good, I'm game on it. I wasn't born with any golden spoon. My father was a civil servant, so it's not a golden spoon.
Okay, maybe silver.
Well, I know that I had a different set of opportunities from what most people would have had. But then your success is what efforts you put in yourself. As they say, heaven helps those who help themselves. Most times you hear of all those successful people, but you don't hear of their children. You understand? Except for some people that you hear about their parents, then you now hear about them. And success is an individual thing. It is what you have thrown into making you successful, that people know that this person has achieved for him or herself. So that is my opinion on what you just asked. I wouldn't say that my opportunities were different from most people. I'm happy that in my time, we have had a governor that is transformative, that has changed the landscape of the developmental process in Abia State. And I'm very happy that in God's wisdom, He allowed me to be part of His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti's team that is bringing about this change. So I advise Abians to be law-abiding and in their own way contribute to the overall development of Abia State.